feel the zeros and ones, us, and we're continuous. We don't have a long term. We continue to evolve. But not continuously evolve, we do, but I mean our thought process deals with our light. Light is continuous, right? And this is not deep, it's not like, I don't like when people be like, yo, he's too deep and all this other stuff. It's not really deep, it's just the way that it works. It's like, from one synapse to another, you kick off light or energy, right? And that's the way you think. That's a continuous thing. Versus a computer that thinks in binary one. So it's that scene in the Matrix where Morpheus is talking to Neo, and he's like, no matter how fast they become, they can never be as fast as you can be. Because they're dealing in a world that's based off of rules and a system. If you get what I mean. Or another way for me to put it is like, there's a difference, and I always break this down for my students, like 0's here, 1 is here, right? What's half of that? 0.5. 0.5. What's half? I was a little stuck there. What's half of the 0 between 0 and 0.5? 0.25. What's half of the 0 between 0.25? You can keep breaking that space down. So if we look at time and space and energy in that same way, there's no way that 0's and 1's can ever represent the human experience. And then a computer is never going to be alive until it has emotions. So it's like those are the things that physicists miss when we're in this locking code. So that's my job, like to break up this thought process that like we have to keep going down this road. And I'm like, no, we don't have to keep going down this road. So it's like it's the sloppiness of Dilla, whatever program that you're using. So it made you feel. It's more organic. It's way more organic. And totally leaving that, and I'm gonna go 3 months with doing just like keyboard beats. So you get like raise it up and things like that. Then I'm gonna leave that alone and go to this other style. It just constantly changed. So it's like for us that make beats, we lost our muse. He was the muse for all of your favorite producers. Believe me, we were all passing around those tapes. Or like, if I had a session with us, doing it, you know what I'm saying? So that somebody see a problem. I got a problem, I gotta solve it. The problem brings you a lot, with me personally. Right. You know, I like, a bridge is somebody's original thought. Like, stop walking all the way around, just cut through. It seems simple to us, but it's like, like all these other random places and calling people and trying to, it was so many problems with that. But it's like, I gotta do what I gotta do to get this album done. We was in Australia one time and the power to the whole building goes out. So it's like, I gotta remember the order of what he was doing in the verses and reconstruct this whole song so that he's not worried about it, so that we can still make the date. It's a difference when it's like, you put out an album on a label and it's just like, it's just the album. When your album is that album that's supposed to pay for the other 10 failures, there's a difference in like what people expect from you.
Yo, how much pressure is that on you? Or at this point, is it no more? There's no longer pressure.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's pressure no more. I feel like it's the only pressure is to extend the legacy and not play yourself. So you have to figure out where do I fit in the culture right now. And I try to ride this fine line of like, I know who I am and I'm secure in who I am, but I also don't like the hater me. I don't like the guy that's 42 years old that's just like, this new hip hop is whack, this is whack. I'm like, nah, come on, stop, please stop. Hey, I absolutely love what the young boys are doing. I don't buy De La Soul. That's my personal.
Rock cocaine flow.
Incredible. Incredible. Only time I ever got to touch J Dilla beats in a mix. Probably number 2 would be The Blueprint, obviously, just because of the way we did that album. Man, this is so hard. I don't want to say a whole bunch of Jay-Z albums. I will say Freeway's first album. And it's not just because of the songs, it's because of the situation. It was like the first time that Just really got to like almost produce a whole album by itself, and really put itself out there. That album is really me, Freeway, hip hop, and Just Blaze in the studio. And Free being open enough to like do anything that we suggested. Just Blaze and Free catching a vibe, and then hip hop being like the ultimate A&R. the A&R that like really understands music without this like corporate, I'm in an office standpoint.
That's 3, right?
That's 3.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
I'd probably say Notorious B.I.G., Born Again album, just because it was like, you know, Big had died, my favorite MC of all time, and just being able to work on some like big stuff. Yeah, when Big was alive, I was like an assistant, and I was helping Derek Angeletti and Chucky Thompson, and like, so I never got to really like go in on, even though I was around, I never got to get credit on Life After Death and things like that. So Born Again, just because I got credit. Oh man,
One more.
Boy, you there, you at the finish line. You at the finish line, y'all.
this is hard. Oh, probably say Blueprint 3.
Why?
Just because the way we made it, it was really dope. Like we started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped, and then we went to Hawaii because Don C was like, we was in the studio one day and I was trying to get Jay and Kanye to like focus, and it became a party with the like models and chicks and all that, and I was just like, yo, we can't get no work done. And that's when Kanye had got to that level. You know what I'm saying? Jay was obviously at the level. So Don C was like, yo, we should come to Hawaii. So we went to Hawaii and we focused and we had a meeting, and it was like me, Jay, Kanye, Timberland, everybody. And Ye was the main person. He's the main auto-tune dude, but he was the main person like, yo, this auto-tune's out of control. Like, we need to dead this. And that's where DOA comes from. You know what I mean? So it's just like having that powwow meeting, being in Hawaii where like nobody could stop by the studio, waking up in the morning, going to Kanye's house. He got to cook us breakfast. We go play basketball, and this is not organized. So we like going to a local high school, and the little kids is looking out the window like, "Oh shit, is that Kanye?" And yeah, it was really us. You know what I mean? Like that thing, the brotherhood thing of like playing ball, then going to the studio and making music. It was a good environment to like knock out a bunch of songs, but. It's hard for me to do a top 5 just because everything just, I have really good moments in the studio for just different reasons. Like, see him right there? The fact that when we was working on the ASAP,
Mike, what's up?
You know what I'm saying? When we was working on the ASAP shit, or like if I tell him in the studio, I'm like, yo, I know what it feels like to be in that position. I'm going to make sure that they put your name on this record. And for me to have to make a bunch of phone calls and go back and forth and be like, yo, don't forget the assistant engineer, don't forget. Then they do it, and then the time when he couldn't be like, yo, thank you, Go. That's all I do. I'm more memorable of shit like that than, you know what I'm saying?
Moments.
Or like me and him, the last time I was with him is the last time I was with Yams. So those like sessions are like, you know what I'm saying? That's the very last time I ever was with Yams in person was the sessions we was doing for ASAP. So it's like, to y'all that might not be personal, but those sessions mean a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? For those simple reasons. You can't forget shit like that. Yeah. So it's little stuff like that.
The support you've been giving us from day one has been incredible, and I love the continued support, man. Thank you. Internets, man, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. I definitely want to thank again G-Star Brooklyn for being so gracious as a host and opening up their place. And even though Aggie, this is for you. This is your special bottle. Thank you so much. G-Star Brooklyn. And also, I definitely want to shout out Acid, the Acid Experience. If you guys can tweet, hashtag Experience Acid. These guys see the vision in this tour. You're taking a chance with us, and I really appreciate that. And now, man, let's
bring that barbershop talk around the world.
Yo, definitely. We're about to, man. Let's go turn up. Thank you again, man. I'll see y'all at Kinfolk.
All right.
Yeah.